Leilani standing by with the news headlines. Nona with business, but very quickly first, when I started at Radio New Zealand, there were community notice boards live on air. It was 1989. In the intervening years, they've been lost to the efficiencies of the internet. Now, for example, when Nainai Primary School postpones its annual fair, they email people and use Facebook, our loss. But tonight, the community notice board returns just once because someone's left 16 goats in Blackball, inland from Greymouth, where the Labour Party was born. Now, there are 330 people in Blackball, so 16 goats walking down the street is the per capita equivalent of 67,000 goats on the streets of downtown Auckland. Don't bother disputing that, it's a fact. So when the Grey District Council contacted us asking for assistance in tracking down the goats owners, we were in like a goat. Here's Murray Mallock, Animal Control Team Leader.
It's just an accumulation of people's pet goats that have gone wild. They've sort of all joined up and started breeding and sort of increased in numbers from 3 to 16, and the issue is that they wander the entire Blackball and also onto the road, which is causing a little bit of strife with some of the neighbours, their residents. They cause a problem with the road. They just sort of wander on the road up where they go, and then they're into somebody's garden and they strip it all out and they move on.
And so have the locals approached you, Murray, and said, we're sick to death of these goats?
Yeah, they have. Several of the people asked me to sort of, what can I do about it? And I said, well, first, I want to establish ownership. If no one, do it the legal way and then go about it. If no one claims them, which I spoke to various people, and they said, yeah, we did have goats, Murray, but we lost them. And I presume it's this part of this mob. They're lovely-looking goats, but I haven't seen them, but everybody tells me they're lovely-looking goats. So I'm going to establish ownership. If nobody comes forward, then I go to the next process by advising that they will be, unfortunately, disposed of. And then you've got to make sure that where they're going to be taken out and whose property and where and how it's done, as long as it's done properly.
So they've just been going through gardens and generally making a nuisance of themselves, have they?
Yeah, I went there Tuesday to see if I can find them, and I knew they had moved. They'd moved from the lower end of Blackball and disappeared into the bush game. They just come and go as they please.
Yeah, and so you're going to have to destroy them, Murray?
Unfortunately, that's why I've advertised first to say, hey, put your hands up, come and get your goats, go get your goats before I get them. So, if somebody wanted them, they can go and get them. But what I'm listening to now is that I'll just get the meat. I'll go and get the meat now, not as pets.
Do you eat goat? Have you eaten it?
Oh, yeah, I have eaten goat. I've eaten goat. I'm actually a chicken man myself, what meat, yeah. But if they wanted to go and catch the goats and have them themselves, by all means.